Hey everyone, my name is Dayatnazi, and today in this video I'm going to explain that how you can render your PHP inside the HTML. For example, you want to that how to display the variable in the JavaScript, but if you know about how to run the for each inside the JavaScript, how to run the different things like for if else and so on, right? So how to execute your PHP logic inside the JavaScript, right? So it's little bit become complex because you don't want to process you cannot process your multiple things on the client side, right? So now I'm going to show you another way which is very simple. I know you know about PHP, how to render your PHP variable inside the JavaScript, but I'm going to show you a simple way where you will follow the Laravel standard to achieve this functionality. So here this one is my application. This video is a little bit going long because I'm going to explain each and everything how it's working. This one here are top filters, and I want to ascend or descend, or based on these filter I want to apply these filters, right? And based on this filter I want to reload my page without I don't want to reload my page. I want to process my data. For example, if I apply a filter on it, so I want to process this based on the filter without page refresh, right? There are two options. The first one is client side rendering. Okay, so let me explain the client side rendering and then I will move to the server side rendering. This one is my project, and here let me open my project. This one is a group classes, right, where I'm returning this group lesson. This is a group lesson view, and if I go here, I'm passing the today and group lessons. If I open this out, group lessons is there. I'm using the first checking it and then applying the for each on it, right? So here I'm processing the gallery relation, then reloading the gallery image, then remaining group of participant. This one is coming from the helper file, right, where I'm grabbing those seats, right? Then I'm applying the limit, then another relation, then loading the avatar, then so on, get lesson average rating. This one is a complex example of this. Here I'm displaying the currency and group lesson price, group lesson participant, total enrolled participant, and so on, right? So here I'm displaying the number of sheets left, to how many ratings, how many students joined, their profiles, teacher name, and so on things, right? So if I want to process this through the JavaScript, it become complex because I need to copy this same thing, right? And then I need to go to the my JavaScript file. Like here, I'm rendering this HTML, so I need to render this here inside this HTML using backticks like this, and here I will paste my all of the code, right? But here the problem is I cannot process these PHP variable. I can display those variables using PHP syntax like this, and I can echo my variables, but I can't process my relations here. I can't process the for each, if else, and so on things, right? So now what we need to do, we need to render it from the server side, right? So in the Laravel it's very simple, right? So I'm not going to do this thing. Let me roll back and I will explain it in a minute, right? It's returning this, applying the filter on it, right? It's going to the filter method, and this filter is this one. So here basically I'm applying a query here where I'm appending different subject, teacher's level, and so on things, and at the end of the output would be this filter data, and I'm processing sending this filter data in the JSON format, right? Okay, and now I don't want to send the JSON send the data because I want to process my relations, right? So how can I do this? So the solution is, as you are using in the PHP, right? I'm going to show you first the example that how you are doing in the PHP and how much it's easier in the Laravel. So for example, you can say that group lessons, let me change my direction. Okay, group lesson here, and you will paste all of the code here like this, and then you will uh, add here condition of like PHP concat this with this one, apply all of the variables and so on things, right? But in the Laravel it's very simple. You don't need to operate these using you don't need to concat and then perform the PHP logic, then connect to other HTML with the above string, then this one, then another one, these relations and so on things, right? So I don't want to do these things, right? I want to do it with the Laravel stuff. So what's the Laravel? So Laravel says that, let me roll back here. Okay, Laravel provide us a render functionality. So what is render? So render mean we can render the views, right? In the blades we can process our logic, server side logic, right? So that's why I copied all of the code from here to blade above top, which is card where I'm looping my results. So let me go to the top to show you what I mean here. Basically I'm talking about this thing, right? Okay, basically I'm copying this whole, right, this one, and then I created another, let me go to the includes. Here I created another blade file, right, where I'm pasting all of the stuff, count greater than 0 and so on things. So basically I copied all of the stuff which should be looped through, right? So I copied all of the things from here and paste this file, right? So in the blade I can process my this if, this for each, using blade directive. Here I'm loading my relations and so on things, right? So now your question is, you have now two views, how you will render this? So let's go back here on the rating controller, and here I'm going to render this file. So first use this view, and in the view you need to specify the specify this group lesson, today group lesson path, right? So let me check that. Is this today lesson? Yeah, today lesson. So you need to mention your today lesson task. So how you will refer this will be the front end dot includes dot today group lessons, like this, right? These both are same, right? Don't confuse. I open above file, but both are same. Just to, there is a filter option which is checking that lesson is today or not. Okay, other things are identical in the view. So this one is the same view as this one, right? Okay, so here I'm using this view, and now I need to render this view. So here just click on this render, right? So this will be rendered, right? And now where I want to render, so I want to render this render data. Okay, and then I will pass this to this HTML variable, right? And then I will append this through this HTML. So if I go here in the Ajax call. Okay, so here I'm using this result.html. So I'm getting this result and getting this HTML from this result, right? And then I added a div where I'm rendering this stuff. So let me go to the top and I will show you. So here in this div, as I'm doing this logic, I'm now processing all of my stuff from the server side and appending this into this div. So this will add this stuff here, right? Okay, save this one and let's get refresh. Hope everything will work. Okay, now 74 seats are left. If I change this to preschool, and yes, no lesson uploaded yet without any page refresh, right? If I click on this grade 8, and yes, it's appeared without any page refresh, right? Click on this, click on remove lessons, and yes, it's working fine, right? So in this way you can render your PHP inside the HTML. It's very easy. It is made by Laravel, right? And before this, I also don't know about this how we can use this, and now I'm big fan of this and using this regularly, right? So that's the main case. You need to explore the things. That's why I explored this thing and I'm sharing with you. So how you like this? Do you like the old PHP stuff, or you like the Laravel? So let's share your feedback in the description, and if you like the video, subscribe the channel and stay tuned for the more videos like this. So we'll meet in the next one. Bye bye.